Check.
I think we're all good.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. It took a long time. It's going to sound probably, worse than it normally does.
Right.
But, we'll see.
But this evening is a little bit different.
A little bit different. Here it is.
We're happy.
Hey, yeah, welcome, Adam. I'm so glad I'm so glad it all worked out.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it have worked out? Like, what could have happened that would have been wrong?
I don't know.
Like, I just didn't show up?
Yeah, or,
that
timing.
could have been better.
Everybody's got big schedules lately,
It's true. So what are we doing here?
What we're doing is getting me a glass.
Right.
So I can get some in a glass. I want to just start smelling this thing.
Yeah.
And then we can get on with you know what? Honestly, I just want to taste it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just so jealous. You guys, it's been longer than it normally has to get all these things set up, so.
That's my fault. I'm a prima donna.
No. It's just because we're trying to figure out the dynamics of the new shoot.
Gordon had red M&Ms in my M&Ms, and I hate that, so you had to get that done. That took up a lot of time.
That's true. Well, let me just provide a little context here. Here we are at the Wee Dram, enjoying our podcast, which is accompanying our YouTube video that was shot just previous, and tonight's subject, along with a guest, Adam, is the Ardbeg 10. So tonight's a really fun night because we have a guest in the house and we're drinking a whiskey that we all loved and have loved for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So this is rad.
Yeah.
This is rad.
In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is my number one. It replaces shelter and that sort of stuff.
Warm.
Yeah, I could just be out in the middle of a glacier with hail hitting me, but as long as I've got the Ardbeg 10, I'm okay.
Full bottle.
Yeah.
And 2, 3, 4
Probably isn't hail in the Arctic, but...
Why wouldn't there be? Would there be a reason for that?
I don't know.
Just snow? Hail is
something
you get with warmer temperatures. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm smelling this. I am smelling this. Yep, I'm smelling it now.
And?
I'm not getting what I thought I was going to get.
You're not getting a heavy smoke?
Not yet, no.
No.
I'm not. That's bad, right?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it can be bad.
It smells very sweet to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
Did we pour the right whiskey?
I hope so, because it'd be really sad if you didn't.
What kind of sweet?
Like a bourbon sweet?
Yes. Or more
Maybe
of a
bourbon sweet. Yeah,
apple
it's sugary.
pie
It's more apple pie.
Yeah.
I've actually bought a bourbon that was supposed to taste like apple pie.
Yeah.
It was an accident. It was grotesque.
Oh,
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It sounds good.
Like all those stupid bourbons that taste like honey or whatever.
Most of them do, don't they?
Cherry bourbon. You know what? That's gross.
But unfortunately, that's why I'm not as biggest fan as bourbon, is because it's sweet.
It's all sweet.
It's all really sweet.
It puts me in a good mood, though. I like it, and it's. It's way more affordable for me.
Oh yeah, it's more affordable. That's for sure. Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah. Well, let's stay on subject here.
All right. Well, we can veer off after because I just want to taste it.
Yeah, let's get on it. Are you going to taste it, or are you still smelling it?
Okay, I'm still smelling it, but I just want to taste it.
I want to see if his glass dapples like ours does.
Yeah, true. Over time, right? Look at that. All right,
Why
you ready to go?
We just talk about? I can see
let's
leg
do
on
a
there.
three-way toast. We haven't done one of those. Right?
Yeah.
Lunch, boys.
It's lunch.
So lunch about.
What do you think, Jaybird?
That is really smoky. I was tasting all smoke.
Yeah.
Going down. And I'm still tasting the smoke.
Still coming up.
Whew.
I think we might have mentioned how smoky it was. You shouldn't be taken by surprise.
No, but sometimes I'm not totally listening.
I wasn't even sure we mentioned smoke. No. I was guessing.
No, I think you did. But it's maybe it's that peaty flavor, but whatever it is, it's something burnt, right? But I do taste like that is incredible amount of peat and smoke.
It's interesting because like when you drink Ardbeg, it's not about flavors. It's about an experience, right? It's not about
a one punch.
It's a wallop.
One punch that occurs in multiple dimensions, but it's the same theme that just rotates around being something. So when you first drink it, it's smooth and sort of enters nicely, and then it starts to smoke up and it gets like full on.
Yeah.
And then as it goes down the throat, it actually punches up one more time, but not in a way that upsets your throat or makes you feel uncomfortable. And I think that's the mark of quality, is that it doesn't, for its power and 46% alcohol by volume, it doesn't make you feel overwhelmed or like you're too far backed up and like reacting in a negative way physically to the whiskey. That's what I think kills
certainly
it, you know?
stands out.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I've noticed, if you're drinking some other spirits, be it whatever, you know, if you're reading or watching TV or whatever, and you're sipping, you forget, you know, you don't notice what you're drinking. But I mean, every time you pull an Ardbeg to your mouth, I don't care what you're doing, you're like, oh,
You gotta take a moment.
I am drinking Ardbeg.
Pay your respects.
100%.
This is what I'm doing now. Yeah.
This is what I'm doing now.
Agreed. It's really nice in the mouth.
It wants you to know it's being drunk.
It's an interesting Scotch, but when you think about comparison Scotch, I'm not trying to push us into that direction right away.
Sounds like it.
But I know, because I'm just staring at it. Usually it's
Well,
my back to it.
you-
So I have a lot to think about.
The pages of the books are open in front of you, so you're ahead of us.
Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It can be natural because I pushed it there. But why not?
Here, allow me to illuminate. Adam and I are facing away from the cabinet of Scotch, and Jonathan is facing towards. So therefore, he is totally into what he's seeing, and Adam and I are more just looking across the room. So it creates two different contexts, and Jonathan's getting quite charged over where we might go.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be though?
Yeah, it just sort of seems like he might.
Well,
be
I'm talking
over
about
this a bit.
what made me think about complexity. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm looking up there. I'm like, what would be
I've got
something
4.
that would you have 4? No. Did you look at them at all? Did you see anything that you thought
I've got 5.
Would you-
5?
So
You're
I'm
just
just-
like you're throwing up the whole top shelf.
Why not? No, actually, I just went off the top shelf.
So just to go over the thing again, I'm trying to find something that I would feel is comparable to.
Right.
It could be, but it could be an interesting comparison. It doesn't have to be.
I can't be wrong.
No.
you can't be
Everybody,
wrong.
we're all wrong.
And then
Usually
we have to
regret our
choose
decision.
on aggregate as to what we think we would want to drink in comparison or in companionship with. Because sometimes it gets to be about like you're drinking 2 whiskeys and they complement each other so well that you're like, oh my god, everything just went to another level.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
Well, it really depends how many whiskeys you're in.
No, even the second one.
Just
going
sometimes
through.
it chemically reacts together and you're like, whoa, something just happened there. You know?
Well, you can certainly tell differences.
Yes.
In the
Yes,
Scotch.
it draws out
if anything, it
differences
does that.
extremely well. It allows you to experience more about each whiskey. That's
Yeah,
what
you have
comparison does the best.
You have a point of everything. Sort of, was it sweet?
All
Was
right.
it,
Well, then I will stand up and I will take a look at the.
I haven't thought like so.
Worth the time.
Yeah, it's fun to think about.
Definitely worth the time.
But
The
I
illustrious
can't. You
wall
have
here.
5. I'm gonna like. I should be able to at least hit 4 of yours.
What?
Well, and,
Why do we
so
have-
you
oh,
know,
wait.
Adam, we can only drink the ones that are actually uncorked.
Yeah, so it's not totally
you know,
fair. So you'll have to
we
pick
do
one
have
of
quite
them
a
off,
few
I'll let you
whiskeys that are corked still because we have to keep
course.
doing
You can't open a
episodes,
brand new
right?
bottle
Yeah.
for comparison.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm
yeah.
trying to guess what you guys compare it to.
No,
Okay.
no. You
No.
pick whatever you
No,
want.
you pick what you want to pick, and then we'll.
and hopefully it's open.
Hopefully it's open. Yeah. Exactly. That's my major.
Well, I
way
mean,
to-
I don't know if I'm doing it properly.
There's no proper way.
no,
but,
it's all
uh,
instinct.
Yeah, there you go. that
But
helps.
I mean, for me, just being here tonight at a Wee Dram, 20 years removed in a different location,
Yeah.
hanging out with you guys, I'm picking more of about what whiskeys have like the most memory fodder for me.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's necessarily the ones that taste the same, but
No,
the
you're
ones that
laying
just
it
like
down.
bring me back to us sitting in that room with wood paneling, throwing the ball around,
Yeah.
And I feel like Lafroig 10 was always a part of that.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, that is beauty.
Lafroig
like
time.
It's
that
a
was
good choice.
I mean,
It's a
back
good
back
choice.
in our day, there was 5 whiskeys.
We drank a lot of Lafroig 10 because it was $49.99.
Still the
Yeah.
cheapest.
$49.99 is what
Still
we
the
paid when we
cheapest.
were collecting.
Just amazing, just
In the
amazing
early
value.
2000s, you go in for less than $50 and come
Yeah.
back out with a killer whiskey.
So that's the one I'm thinking. But
That's
Yeah,
a great call.
It's totally a great call. I would probably put that on my list too.
It is on my list.
Well,
you
yeah.
probably would have put it on your list.
No,
What does that mean?
yeah, I guess it's not, it's like non-committal. Yeah, it was on my list. I don't know why that makes it sound better somehow. If I had to.
It's a good chance.
So my other one, I'm going to throw one out there too, just cause, and I think it's I think that it could go up against the Lagavulin 16,
Yes, that's on my list too.
just because it's being Wolfreich 10. Go ahead, like whatever, either way, eh? And Gord, do you have one? You pick one of yours now.
So, yes, I agree with all those, and they were all on my initial list.
Not probably. They were.
No, definitely. They were all definitely there.
committal.
So, I would add Kalila,
Yeah, I thought you would.
but for a different tone. It's not because it competes with Ardbeg 10. It's not that it's there to win. It's there to be a good neighbor and like just be perfect together. And
But I think that one's gonna be less.
oh, definitely.
Like
recall,
you're not
like,
gonna notice it.
I can be completely wrong, but Kalila is like very soft, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it was a light.
Has
Isla.
yeah.
has Isla characteristics, but in muted tones.
Yeah.
Did you guys research this? Are we saying these names right? Because I don't want to look like an idiot. Is it Kalila?
Kalila.
Kalila?
Or Kulila is another way I've heard
I
it.
don't want like some
It
Scottish
doesn't
people
matter.
watching
It's
this and
open.
like,
I think it's open to interpretation.
I say them wrong all the time.
Yeah, and we do evaluations and we actually do where we go back because we did an entire episode once on this one. We called it Ladag. This one here. We called it Ladag for an entire episode. It's on. It's one you can see, and then we found out afterward it's actually Lachig.
I like
Well, how would
Robert
you
Burns.
know?
You can't say that
Yeah.
one wrong. Robert Burns.
Isle of Arran, that one. The Isle of Arran was really, really gentle. That was a very nice drinking spot.
Oh, this one says Foggy Moss on it. That was my high school teacher.
Really?
No.
Well, let's get back to it. So,
Okay, well, you said Kalila.
Kalila's
Okay,
one.
Adam, you
I
got
have
another one?
I have two other.
No, I
ones.
just have one.
I have two more.
Just
Wait,
one?
Oh, wait, do I need more?
No,
You don't have to. The thing is, now that you're here,
Yeah.
and I know there's so many that I want Adam to try. Just, I want him to
me
try
too.
Kilhoman.
So do I. That's why that's on my list. That's my
It could be on the
Well, then
list.
we'll have to do this on a Saturday.
We all just look at each other. What?
I'm not going to slug back
Well,
like
we have
18
to have at least one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
comparing one Scotch to another.
Yeah. There has to be at least that. So, or just that. Yeah, I shouldn't. Okay.
I do like saying Boonahabin. Boonahabin.
Boonahabin was a
Boonahabin.
surprise.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Boonahabin.
It was very salty and sort of fresh and a bit citrusy and a little mahogany wood under your feet, if you know what I mean.
I do.
It was quite
Well, you got two. You got... yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
nice.
Grina.
Yeah. I can't
That's
remember.
I still have
early morning
a
light.
tremendous amount of Boonahabin face cream from when we were there.
No way.
Yeah.
What did you do with the face cream?
It's cream
Just moisturize?
infused with whiskey.
What?
It's
So you
moisturize?
rub it into your face?
yeah, it's
aftershave?
Wow.
apparently exactly what the fishermen used to do. I don't know, but it's
Do you like it?
well, I don't want to use
Does
it
it-
much anymore because I don't want to run out.
Does it smell like scotch?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And soap. So
Yeah.
scotchy soap?
Yeah, we used to buy all that. Remember, like I bought tons of the Ardbeg
You're like an
peat.
old radio guy with your hat. Up near the mic.
Talking right up close to the mic.
And now,
We're going to take a short commercial break.
When
was the last time you had a cool, crisp Coca-Cola?
It's a
Circus.
full service show. What type?
what do you
of
have?
hat?
Oh, sorry. What do you
No,
have
no.
decanted?
Oh, it's just more.
Just
That's
It's a blend.
blended. It's probably famous gross. Yeah, it's famous gross.
oh yeah.
All right. All right.
Let's get back to it.
Okay.
So I have
You okay?
one
You need
more.
to
So
go?
after,
We can always take a break.
No, no,
after, yeah, you want to take a tap?
oh, all right.
I have one more. So in total now we've talked about Lefroy 10,
Yeah. Can I,
Lagavulin 16, Kalila 12, Kilhoman. I have one more.
I
Because
can
all four
guess.
of those are on.
Can I
What is
guess?
it? What is it?
Talisker. I think
Well,
you.
Oscar is
which
Savage
one?
Pete.
Oh, we don't have the 10 open.
But
Was
that
it-
was my fifth one. Because it's
Okay.
smoky. This is smoky.
It is smoky, but
Yeah.
I would like to see how the 10. I think this would be a good one for the 10 in some ways because I thought Talisker was kind of the one-dimensional punch.
Yeah, but we can't drink Talisker with it.
I understand. I'm
Don't
just
they
saying
also-
it
Oh,
would be a good
nice
comp.
match.
Yeah.
Eh?
Wasn't
think so.
Talisker also in the running for the PDS?
No, oiliest, fieriest, but not.
Oh, that's
it doesn't-
great.
it
It's a
doesn't,
great thing. It's a great
It
tagline.
doesn't smoke like this one. This one
Yeah,
smolders
this one
and
is-
smokes.
is
That
different.
one's more like
Fire.
fiery and salty and
Peppery.
and,
Really
and
hot.
peppery. Yeah, peppery. But it
Wow, so
doesn't.
they're all like
it doesn't
X-Men.
smoke.
Yeah.
A little
Right?
bit.
Like
Yeah,
one's
a
got the
little bit.
fire, one's got the ice.
Mhm.
Yeah, they've got.
One controls your mind.
Yeah.
Well, then I 100% say Ardbeg is Wolverine is Ardbeg.
I would agree.
Thank
That
you.
could- yeah, that's
that's
well
an
done.
interesting dynamic.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so superhero scotches.
So
like-
who's Hulk?
Sheesh. Hulk. Oh,
Hulk
that's a
could
good
be
one.
Ardbeg.
Like that has to be up
'Cause
there, or
he's
just a
green
Hulk in
and-
general.
Hulk is, he's still rather simplistic, right? He's just angry, right? So that
So he's big. He's just
be
like a
like
big
big and
punch.
green.
Maybe like
intense,
Smokehead.
though.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Smokehead's a little rough.
Well, Kilhoman could be which character then? Because Adam, we got to get you into Kilhoman.
Oh, you got to try that.
Yeah, that's the
Because
thing.
just because.
Only to know what superhero
Well,
it is.
you went there.
Yeah, do you remember?
I rode a horse.
Do you remember
The biggest horse I've ever seen.
And when we came out in the parking lot, do you remember what we had?
Yeah, we had like 4-year-old.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think it was even younger than that. I think it was 3, but we all shared it, right?
I don't correct you. I'm just kidding. Was it 3? Yeah, no, it was great. It was good.
Yeah, it was like a little 4-ouncer bottle or something, wasn't it? Wasn't that
Yeah,
all
we
could
had
buy?
tiny little. I don't know. Maybe we didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, I remember being impressed with it there. I don't know if you can remember, but I remember all of us, even your lovely wife, was liking it. She was enjoying it that day. Am I wrong?
It's hard to put people on Isla, surrounded by the beauty of the ocean, the grass, the sheep, horseback riding, great friends, and have them sample something that doesn't yet come to market and have someone say, you know what, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's like, it's just a glorious setting, a glorious moment that it's, wow, you guys have really hit this one.
Well, it's been a
I don't,
popular.
it's all right, I'll just take a little bit then.
No.
Yeah.
Take yourself some so you can taste it because it's important. It's important. It's an important scotch
Is
to
this
drink.
the comparison sauce?
Should, like,
Do you want to do it?
do I
Let's just finish it up.
Comparison Scotch.
Oh, see, the Kilhoman has a very similar. It's about the same texture and lightness as the Ardbeg 10. See it?
Yeah.
It has that
Yeah.
same.
Well, they like. Okay, are we back?
sure.
Well, I was gonna say you touched on it. You touched on it a little bit in the video, but this Scotch is one of those Scotches that we've been like. Is now that we're
You're
getting.
blown away by this one.
Well, no. Now that we're getting back into it,
It's good.
there's 3 characteristics that we look for in a Scotch now that almost guarantee you at least something different, and it's non-chill filtered. It's higher than 43. It's like what do you call it?
46.
Cast strength. What's the word for that?
Yeah,
When you
46
call
is
it
about-
anything above that, is it cast strength?
Well,
Not
cast
quite.
strength is if you come with no water added when it comes out of the wood.
Right, and that's not necessarily this.
No,
but,
no,
but
this is,
But they're giving you more than the 43 or
yeah.
the 40.
So
that's another one. And then the other one, the last one, is no colorant.
no color.
And
no.
those things are really good. And that's exactly what this guy does. This is what the Kilhoman does too. So that's why we're comparing it. Now, yeah, I shouldn't set you up. Which one is it? Here?
The
I should be able
fuller-
to smell it,
You
right?
should smell the difference now. What I have is sort of a richer, almost slightly sour note compared to the Ardbeg. It's like a ripe fruit almost, like not in a bad way, just sort of in like a strong way, you know. Bit of wood, kind of wet wood, mixed in with that.
Yeah, it's quite different, isn't it?
Yeah, different from the Ardbeg.
I 100% would never, sorry,
No worries.
I would never guess this is an Isla.
Really?
Really?
Wait till you taste
Wow.
it. Did you taste it?
I've tasted it twice.
Have you?
have. You've already
You
gone
already
in there.
tasted? Here we go. We haven't
All
changed
right.
yet.
Cheers.
Yeah, sorry if
I'll
I-
go in there.
That's
I don't
it.
care.
Let's give it a go.
You wouldn't have guessed that was an Isla.
No.
You
Oh,
don't get
it's
an
smoky.
intense bit smoke. Like there's lots of smoke going on there, no? Are you not tasting that sort of in the middle to the end? You don't
Yeah,
have to,
taste
obviously,
it.
but it's
What do you want me to say?
I want you to
Nothing.
agree with me.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
I mean, I love it. Like, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful Scotch. It doesn't,
I'll sit with it for a bit.
It's not the
Don't rush
Ardbeg.
it.
What I think this one has
it's
is
always
a
hard to start at the monster peat and then
Yeah.
to start
Yeah,
to
no, that's
slowly
a good
move down
point.
a little
That's
bit.
a really good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
So right now my palate is already like,
You know, it's pretty
my
saturated.
palate has
I know.
been savaged.
Well, in that way,
It's been Wolverine.
The
you know?
Lafroig 10 might have been a better choice to go to because at least it would have competed in strength in the same way. Because it has that.
However,
I know. I
keep
still think
taking
it
little
stands
sips
out.
of this one though. Like
I know it. I like it.
to
And
this,
so forth.
The nose doesn't
I
stand up
love
No.
the smell. I love the smell of
right
it.
now. You love the smell of
I
this.
do.
It's funny because I like the smell of the Ardbeg so much more.
yeah, I think I
Yeah.
like the Ardbeg better.
This has like I don't know. It's funny. It's like
It's
Like,
more
sour
like
if they
the
made a
Dalwhinnie.
Sensi candle for this, I would buy it. You guys probably don't know what that means.
Well, no, we do.
A
We do,
sexy
totally
candle?
do.
I would buy a Kilchoman Sensi candle.
Yeah, Sensi. Not,
Someone bought me a cigar smelling Sensi.
ooh,
I'm like, what?
just get a cigar
Yeah, it's gross.
or pipe. Pipes are good.
they might actually
Tartness.
exist.
Oh, but this is good on the when it goes down over the tongue and into your throat, and it has a great aftertaste.
It does.
It's just soaring.
Doesn't it? It has like I find it has a. I'm not saying that one is better than the other.
No.
But I'm saying this one has. There's more to it.
Yeah,
It tastes
more,
like it's got different stages.
more overall like.
I can
breadth.
accept that.
Yeah, definitely.
When I'm
breadthier.
drinking, like whether it be like wine or whatever, or scotch, I want to be assaulted. Like I want to know. I want it like to be shooken out of whatever revelry I'm in every time it touches my lips. Right. I want to.
Yeah.
You know. I
I
mean,
hear you.
I just want to be punched. Like that's why I really enjoy like super strong peppery wines, and that's why I enjoy the Ardbeg. I mean this, and I love it, and I appreciate you guys letting me try it. But I feel, to the point I made earlier, that I could be watching TV or like eating a sandwich or writing or whatever, and I feel like I would sip this and forget what I'm doing. I would forget that I'm drinking this really cool scotch because it doesn't wake me up. It doesn't enliven my palate like say the Ardbeg does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going back to it now, it's got a bigger push all around.
You know what I would say to that, Adam? Sadly, is that because of how expensive it is, your pocketbook would remind you every time you sipped it.
Well, see, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't told how much
And
it
it's
is.
not that expensive.
Which one?
But the Kilhoman.
Oh, the Kilhoman.
It's not cheap though. For 700
It's
ml
probably a
bottle.
little more than the Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
So I mean, so then if we're getting into comparisons,
Yeah.
what are you thinking right now?
If you're which one wins?
Not wins, just where are you at?
Well, nobody can win. It's all.
Well, I like to
question.
have a winner.
Oh,
It's true.
I do. I always fight for that. Gordy's like, nah, it doesn't matter.
my
They're all
kids are
Scotch. They're all
my kids
good.
are still in elementary school, so there's no winners. Yours
Yeah.
are in high
Oh,
school,
okay.
so you can probably have winners.
Okay, so each one gets a participation pin. That's fine. But
Ah.
if we if we were to judge them, if we're judging them, I
Judging.
guess ultimately the Ardbeg comes out ahead. Probably does.
You just like it more?
Well, I really like that flavor,
Yeah.
and you know, there's a whole bunch for me.
Kilhoman is
This
one
Kilhoman,
of
I wanted to put up in a
Kilhoman
5 scale. I
and
feel like it's not a
Leipzig?
4. It's better than that, but so is Ardbeg.
Kilhoman and Leipzig were the biggest whiskeys of
Yeah,
last year.
surprises of the year.
Like we drank everything all year long, and we did a good
Yeah.
job of it. We did our due diligence, and we ended up with 2 whiskeys that stood out, and they were those 2.
Yeah,
Just
see, I'm
because
not.
we hadn't had them before, really.
But I
Right.
think you made a good point about it would be better to drink the Kilhoman than finish on the Ardbeg 10. It's a way that your palate works.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't think you get a fair chance to drink this.
But to me, it's like
Well,
it's
there's
more
crackers.
than
Crackers.
just the taste, right? It's
Oh, Johnny.
well,
They're
it's,
open.
it's crackers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, too bad. It's a podcast. You guys can't see his cracker mess.
Cracker just flew off the handle cracker.
Sorry, man.
It's okay, I still eat them.
That was close. I should have noticed.
I love all this crunching on the audio.
Well, that's what I wanted to get, and then I wrecked it.
We all eat crackers at the same time.
Okay.
But
Dry
to,
mouth.
but to resume my point, it's like when I drink scotch, which is very rare nowadays.
Was it?
I would say, yeah, pretty rare as compared to other spirits. For me, it's like I can't divorce myself from. I'm not just drinking the scotch and trying to analyze it and like look at its points and its fine. I'm looking at like the history I've had with the scotch,
Yeah.
and I can't take that away.
Right.
I've had
Oh.
like some pretty great history with Kilchoman, but you'd have to. I don't know what you'd have to do to dethrone the Ardbeg for me. So I come in with a lot of
No.
preconceived notions and biases that are, and I like the Kilchoman. I just feel it's very soft.
That's a huge percentage for me too.
Let's all go back to the Ardbeg now.
I have been.
It's
It's still good. It's obviously it's a good scotch. It's a great scotch. It's right up there.
but I mean, you can probably find something interesting or positive to say
Wow.
about most.
That Ardbeg.
Not
Now
not
that-
all of them.
Hold on, now that I'm coming back to the Ardbeg after coming off of like 3 or 4 sips of Kilhoman in a row, it's so much more intense
Mm-hmm.
and so like
It's not forgettable.
yeah, and it's still smooth as silk. That's the thing. It's not like it doesn't beat you to a pulp.
No.
It's like it's not reaching down your throat and ripping on your like your throat. Like it's like not like that. It's
And
so
it's
delicious.
so defined. It's just like it's got its own little like if it's all
Shrouded.
All
in smoke.
Ardbegs are the heads of Mount Rushmore. Just every head. I love them all. It's so good.
You like them all?
Well, I just feel like you don't need 4 heads. For me, for like my favorite scotches, if you're talking about Mount Rushmore, be Ardbeg.
Oh, well, they'd be okay.
You wouldn't have a Lafroig and a Lagavulin up there?
If it's the things I want to honor most, then yeah, probably that one.
Huh, interesting.
So have you tried the Ardbeg Groovy? I think it's Groovy.
Have you tried the Ardbeg Ugadale, that one?
Yeah, I know he has that.
Yeah,
one.
you tried
that
I've
one?
had that over at Adams.
What do you think? I'm very excited about it. No? Not
I'm a little disappointed. I think we talked about this outside. I used to really enjoy how Ardbeg was, you know what? We got Ardbeg 10. That's us. This is all we have. This is what we need.
Are in the pocket.
And then I think they started to go a little bit crazy with like Ardbeg, we've been in
The
space, or
expressions.
Ardbeg, tiny little island, or Ardbeg,
And,
Ardbeg 8, or Ardbeg still young, or Ardbeg Ubigale, Ardbeg Lord of the Isles. Like, cut it out. I mean, I guess with the boom and with the desire and demand for Scotch, of course, right? You do the best business model that you can. You keep putting stuff out there. If people are buying it, you do it.
Yeah.
But I thought, my favorite thing about Ardbeg was it just had the one. But I guess Bowmore did it. Bowmore started putting out tons.
Adam touches on a really good point about the NAS movement in whiskey, which is like, instead of saying you're from a certain time and place and that's who you are and that's what your expression is all about, now in this day and age, because they didn't plan for all this like increase. Yeah, everybody wants to buy it, so they can't do
Japan,
it the same
India,
way.
just buying tons of it.
Yeah, everybody's in a mess. So now they're figuring out ways with their master blenders of bringing whiskeys together under the NAS labels and getting clever names and coming up with things that are really good. Like we've had the Talisker Storm, which is an NAS that's really good. Even the Lafroig Select is pretty reasonable for what it presents. Other NASs that have worked for us.
What does NAS mean?
Non-age statement. So it means instead of calling it a 10-year or an 8 or a 16, you're just giving it a name like this.
Oh.
And you're like, this is our thing. Early morning sunrise. Drink it, Adam, drink it. And it's like, then you drink it and you're like, no, that's not very good.
Well, that one wasn't. But
that wasn't.
Some other NASs are quite.
I will say I really
awesome.
I enjoy the Bowmore Darkest quite a bit.
Yeah,
if that's still a thing.
I think that's a 15 though, isn't it?
I don't know, but
I think it is a 15. It's an age.
I used to cherish that one.
It
was so good.
Well, Bowmore has kind of won a place for me too now.
Bowmore's the most affordable good whiskey you can get.
Yeah.
How much less is it than Lafroig 10 though?
About $12 a bottle. Or maybe $15.
That's getting into the zone where if I have that much money to spend, I might chip in the extra 12.
It's a good point.
For the 12.
No, it's a good point.
At least.
For the 12.
Well,
you mean the Bowmore 12 versus the Lafroig 10?
Yeah.
Go for the 10 because
you can buy that and a 6-pack of High Life.
Yeah.
Have a couple primers.
And that's a night right
and
there.
And then get into your deal. Well, it's an interesting discussion about the NAS whiskeys, though.
Yeah. Well,
I remember like Brulati had some great ones. They had like Yellow Submarine. Remember that one?
Did you buy that one?
No, I didn't. We saw that in a bar in Edinburgh. Edinburgh, sorry, saying it wrong. But yeah, we tried the Yellow Submarine and the bottle was incredible. And I think Brulati and if I'm saying that properly, sorry. And then that other one, they just had like tremendous amount of NSF? NSA.
Yeah, non-age specific.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a fun trip when we went into Brooklady too. Remember that one? It was closed down, and there was the one guy. And Gordy thinks it's some other. You named the guy that was there, and
He's been in videos.
Yeah, it possibly could have been because he kind of looked similar. But remember, it was closed down, and the guy said, "Oh yeah, we're closed down today, but come on in." And he was the guy we went to. I think it was one of the first island distillers we went to. He gave us the scotch right out of the distill, so it was completely white. And he said, "Don't drink that because it's really strong." But he gave it to us in our hands, and we rubbed it together, and it evaporated, and we just sort of drew it over top of our, your nose. Your hands smelled like peat for the next couple days.
Was that Brulati?
Yeah.
Huh.
Pretty sure, because I got a 15 there. Remember, it was like a special 15-year-old, and it was signed, and there was only so many. Wasn't particularly memorable, but that wasn't the point.
No, but it was a good story.
Yeah.
And you took a souvenir home and drank it.
Yeah. Because this guy, he must have been like a pretty high up guy because he opened the place up to us, gave us some drams, and then he we made
I'm not even
transactions. with them.
sure that they quite frankly lock the distilleries on Isla.
Well, we know that's true in Lefroy.
Because you tried to get it.
We got in.
What was
You
it
broke
locked?
into Lefroy.
We didn't break
we did
in.
not
we
break
didn't.
into
It was.
Lefroy.
It was. I don't know if we actually knew it was closed or not.
It
but
was
we went up to the door.
closed. There was an irregular closure.
We should have known there was no cars in the parking lot.
We just walked in and we did the whole hello, hello. And then, just being like two freaked out Canadians, we're like, ooh, should we be here? And then a delightful Scottish woman, I think, came and gave us a tour and
Really?
took us to the bar. And yeah.
But the room we went into, it was Prince
Vast.
Charles' tasting room.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was massive long table with like a throne-like thing.
We assume the statute of limitations on trespassing is passed.
Yeah, well, we didn't steal anything, although we were thinking of it. I know both of us were
You're
thinking
going out
of
with
it.
the
There
barrel.
was
We were not
boxes.
thinking about it.
There was boxes of 15-year-old Lefroy sitting around in this room, just open. So it was like a pirate booty sort of setup. And we both kind of looked at it, and Ian was outside. I remember we were
Good.
thinking,
Incriminate him too.
yeah, well, I did, yeah,
Let's
well,
get the
no
whole
last
family
names.
while we're at it.
Yeah, but yeah, don't you remember that? We were like,
course,
we both
yeah.
looked at it and we looked at each other and like, nah, we can't do this. But and then of course the lady that was there at the time,
It was amazing.
She came in and
yeah,
took
she
you
came
guys.
in and was like, yeah, we're closed, but
Well, I mean, I think on the whole, most of the distillery people, like if they see that we've come thousands and thousands of miles, right? And like not many people that are big whiskey fans actually make the trek out to Isla, right?
Oh, it's a pilgrimage.
So, I mean, if someone shows up at your doorstep and, Jonathan and I are pretty harmless, why not? And they do.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're great that way. Their hospitality is second to none.
yeah, I would agree. Everybody there was really nice.
Yeah.
Everybody, except those guys in the pub one night down at Port Ellen.
It was just one guy, Callum.
He was
He's
out of
an
control.
asshole.
No, and he was just drunk, and he was a peat shoveler. I'm pretty sure, and he was telling us all about that. And then, yeah, you were talking to him for quite a while. Then I thought, he was
Oh,
gonna
yeah, I
fight
like
you.
crazy people.
You attract crazy
I see the
people?
passion in them. Yeah. What was the name of our favorite guy? The name of the first distillery we ever visited?
Oh, Walter.
Walter.
Yeah, but that was like Glenkinchie.
Walter was the best.
Walter
Was he-
was the
Was
best.
it the stacked bar? at
This
the
was for
back?
my sister's
That was the
wedding.
one.
Yeah, we got like
Oh.
7 drinks in a
There
row
was a
or
wall
something.
about 10 times the size of the Wee Drams, and it was an open bar.
Well, when we first all got
We
there
stayed
after
there
the
for
tour.
like 3 hours.
We first got there after the tour, and there was probably like 12 of us, and
Yeah,
and there was a bunch of, and I don't mean this in a negative way, a bunch of Americans,
yeah.
and Walter was like, "Okay, guys, whatever you want, what do you want?" And I literally think the Americans all asked for Johnny Walker.
They said black though. Don't give them
Right.
some credit.
Yeah.
And they, like when Adam and I were standing there going, "You mean anything on that?" And then we looked over at the Americans and were like, "And you want black label? That's crazy."
And then
You
they had
didn't steer them clear?
they had their
Say,
black
"Hey, guys,
label.
we
They
want-"
had their black label. We had our drams, and then
They left.
they moved off, and Walter was just standing there, still looking at us with the anticipatory look on his face. He's like, "All right, what next? What do you want next?" We're like, "What is going on here?"
We both, I think, sort of said silently, sort of quietly, "For free?"
I think they subscribe to like, if you get your customer to drink, and the bar
They'll-
leads right into the gift
They'll
store,
buy something on
That's
the way out.
right. And it worked.
and it worked. I think I bought a Rosebank. I think I bought a bunch of stuff, which I remember drinking the Rosebank out of the bottle in an Edinburgh graveyard.
Oh, that was the one. Was it a half bottle? I remember it was like a little
Pretty
half
sure,
bottle.
yeah.
It was a great walk.
Yeah.
Edinburgh is a really cool place.
So that's a perfect business plan for them. They have a perfect bar.
It's a perfect
loaded
business
with-
plan for anybody.
Yeah, you give up 4 or 5 ounces of whiskey, maybe 6 or 7 with you guys, and you get back in return like 200 pounds worth of
Yeah.
whiskey
Yeah, 'cause
purchases.
all those
marked
bottles
up.
were going to be consumed within, a few days.
Of your-
That was the best part about
It's-
it. Just walking into any store and going, what are our next 2 bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
you-
good could
yeah,
this be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the craziest experience. That alone.
That's like
if you like
traveling in
Scotch,
Italy and
yeah,
buying Chiantis, and you're like,
just
I'm
constantly.
gonna get pizza and some sort of local bottle of wine that's worth about $6, but at home would be worth 40. And you're like, yay!
Starting to lose a little respect,
Woo!
as you're just
Yeah.
powering it from the bottle. Whatever.
You guys around here can really make whiskey.
Like the last night at the original Wee Dram, right? Remember we
Oh
all
yeah, everybody had their
we
own.
all
bottle.
picked we all picked our
I
bottles.
found that video. I gotta send it to you.
We all picked our bottles, and we're literally just pulling from what nowadays would be $100 bottles, easy.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, I remember we poured out the Johnny Walker Blue in shot glasses and like gave her. We were like giving her, doing shots of Johnny Walker Blue. And at that time, it was like a 300. Well, maybe
I want to start some sort of
$250.
think it
Johnny
was
Walker
only
Blue.
208.
Yeah, it's
$208?
it's 270 now or something. I think.
No, it's more than that.
Is it?
I think so. I could be wrong. Maybe
I want
should-
someone to employ me to stand in a liquor store and just slap people who try to buy it.
Yeah.
Stop it!
No, I would.
What are you
I
doing?
would. I would love to have it again. I think it's good whiskey.
If someone
right?
gave it to you,
or even just offered me a drink of it, I would
Right.
definitely take it. I'd be stoked about it.
I just feel like for the amount of money, you could get 3 to 4 bottles of something else.
This is the whole thing. You do not buy that stuff because the stuff that you could buy with what you paid for that is worth so much more.
Yeah.
It's sacrilegious to invest in it. But that being said, I still think it's a quality product. I think it's the only smoky Johnny Walker, and it's like,
Well, the prestige value is off the charts, right? It's really
yeah, it's a
good.
cool ball.
Yeah.
But
What was that Johnny Walker we had at the original? The Johnny Walker swing?
Swing?
Remember that
Which
thing?
was the first green.
That was crazy. It was literally in a swing. Boop, you touch it. Whoop.
Well, and you know it was designed to be on a ship, right?
Sure, of course. Let's
supposed to be-
get people who are nautical drunk. It's good.
Well, you're out there. What else are you gonna do?
You just got
I don't know.
off
Pay
shift.
attention. You don't run into something.
There's like another 6 guys come on shift, and you get off shift, and you got like 2-3 hours to drink, and then you gotta go sleep.
You have to.
That's your whole life.
Maybe that's all it was. It was just like a sleeping pill, liquid sleeping pill.
So you guys don't go on cruises much, I guess.
Not lately.
No, I've only ever been on one.
I like cruise. I've been on a liner. I've never been on a cruise boat.
Quote of the night.
You ready, Al?
Am I ready? For
Yeah,
what?
apparently
Yes, I'm 100%
you
ready.
Night.
We made sure that you. What did we make sure you did? I don't know. You got a quote. We told you to get a quote. So
Yeah, I got a quote.
Adam's got a quote that he's gonna that he's brought for us tonight.
Hold on, I'm going to pull it up because I forgot it already.
That's all right.
Well, it's not really a quote. It's more of like a lyric. It's a chorus.
That's
you know?
okay. Yeah, we do books, quotes, poetry.
Which one?
Which
You know when I'm drinking
Yeah.
whiskey or whatever, when I listen to the Pogues, I always think of whiskey. So I mean, so it's this: I am going any way the wind may be blowing. I am going where streams of whiskey are flowing. I would like to see a stream of whiskey, quite frankly.
That's darn near perfect.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Of course, my luck, it would be like a lowland. Just be washing in it.
I am
Well, what is a good lowland though?
They're all fine. I mean, honestly, you're
I'm
not
trying
gonna
to think. I don't think we have too many.
you're not gonna go to a stream of whiskey and start complaining.
No,
the genie would get
no.
mad. What do you mean?
Well,
Don't
it's
even
like
start.
you get. I think you could probably learn to like any whiskey.
Yeah.
But getting on to the Pogues. Did I say it right? I always say.
Sure.
Is it the Pogues?
No, it's Pogues.
Pogues. So the Pogues quote. No,
This
I
is
know.
gonna be great.
So yeah, I like that quote. I think that fits right into what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And
Well, you guys have created a river of whiskey.
That's
Beautiful.
you could have
Where
a
the whiskey's-
small trickle for a
where the
while.
whiskey's flowing.
That's a good point. We just keep coming.
This
up with
is where we
episodes.
come. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going to where the
Yes.
whiskey is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, I thought about it.
that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Yeah.
what we're here for, right? It's to
That
help
is
people
exactly-
ponder.
Yeah. Take a moment to reflect and think upon what that means. You know, the whiskey is flowing.
Where it is.
Well,
All right, who's next? Who's got the next one?
Well, I think that's it. That's the
Oh,
quote of the
it's
night.
one quote.
Oh, that's what I-
singular
Really, we
quote.
didn't expand on that very much.
Well, I think we can.
I
work
think it
a
sort of
little more.
talks. You know, it speaks for itself.
But I think if you want to get into the heart of the lyric, I think I would go into the if there's good drink and people want to join in that, it generally is a part of like fellowship and friendship and like if you think about our
There's a
friendship,
lot of songs about whiskey.
yeah,
So it's got to say something about the product.
yes,
You don't hear a lot of songs about sherry.
yeah,
That's so true.
yeah.
Ice
port,
wine.
Port isn't
Yeah.
dominating a
You
a
know,
lot of this market.
there's a lot of
Of
a lot
the-
of songs about
yeah.
people talking about whiskey.
Friendship, reminiscing.
Not all of it's positive, but
No.
you know, it's
Yeah, that's true.
it's funny that a distilled product has inspired so many creative people to write songs about it, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's a good point.
Very good.
Yeah. So, where the whiskey is flowing, the people join and meet and get into that like little existence of drinking and friendship and having fun and being expressive and doing creative things.
Yeah.
And you just like live it, you know? Try and be that. There we have it.
Likey.
Likey, quotey of the night.
Quotey of the 90.
Yes.
That is so lame.
Do I have to say likey quotey of the 90?
That's
You
how
have
it
to say it
goes.
just like that.
Likey,
Likey,
quotey
quotey
of
of
the
the
90.
90.
Wow. We're going to have to change the jingle, I think.
We've totally gone off track there. Yes. Well, you never know what's going to make the final cut out. It's up to Johnny.
So there you go. You know, I think it was a lot of fun having you over here, Adam.
Oh, God, it's great.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time. And I think it's good to get back together as the Wee Dram, as small as it is.
Yes,
I know we were only up to around 8, maybe. Right?
What, originally?
Well, yeah, people that actually showed up.
Actually were dedicated members who contributed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say between 8 to 12, maybe.
Dedicated members?
Mm-hmm. Maybe like 10.
I think there were maybe 12 in total, and like you could take probably 50% off.
No, we had about
actually cared.
We had about 18 members. Yeah, but some of them were like my mom and dad, so that was more.
that doesn't
quite
all right,
count.
yeah, well, whatever. Okay. Anyway, getting back together as a Wee Dram has been lots of fun.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, to thank you for coming out, Adam. We've got a glass up here for you.
What?
You get your own glass.
There's prizes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's prizes.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a prize. It's like a. It's
I'll
like
decide if
gift
it's a
to,
prize
like,
or not.
Yeah. Anyway,
What am I grabbing?
That's the
you
original.
can't get it for him. You can't hand it to him, there, Gordy.
what?
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Go get it. It's over there under
So,
the shed.
This is a podcast, so you guys can't see this. This is actually a 12-foot glass. It looks like a dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually full of scotch. That's really cool.
Don't hold it upright.
What difference is it?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, God. And it's got batteries in it, and I can hit a button, and it makes dragon sounds. That's cool. Yeah, that's dragon sounds. Or the sound of me waking up. That's beautiful. Oh,
There it is. It's the second edition
wow.
because everybody broke their first one.
Yeah.
I still have my original one.
Do you?
Yeah. The big one.
No, but does it have a chip out of it or
No,
something?
no,
like,
I've never had a dappled one. I still have that for sure.
you still have that one?
Yeah,
Really?
of course I do.
So how many were originally made?
Do you want me to bring it here? I can bring it here.
7. I think about 7. No. We still have ours.
This
Is
is
here
very
are
nice.
2.
We got
This is
2.
very nice, gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, you're
I
welcome.
don't know if it'll fit in my car.
Well, that'd be cool if you had your glass.
Yeah, I'll get it. Glad I turned the mic back on.
Oh yeah. This is golden. Right here.
Golden. We're in the golden era of the podcast. Good evening.
Once again, thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you guys. I've had a
It's
marvelous time, obviously, and it's I love the setup. I love everything about this. This is great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've had a really wonderful time.
Well,
Good.
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
And we have no idea what episode comes next week. Adam, would you come back in some future episode?
No.
Please.
Would you ever come back and
course
like
I would.
hang out
I
and
would,
do
yeah.
another? Like
I love it here.
doesn't
I
have to
feel-
be like a. We could just do anything. It
Like
could be
I
any
said,
bottle.
like Scotch for me is memories, and
Yeah, that's fine.
and so I mean they all come flooding back with every little dram that slips down the old gullet there. It's wonderful. Yeah,
Good stuff.
I'd be happy to be asked back.
All right. Well, Jonathan.
Okay, so up next
Oh,
would be the
ooh.
Talisker Dark Storm.
Oh, I see. Nicely done.
That's
a
the one.
That's
So
a
I was-
superhero
yeah, I was
name right
delaying
there.
it for that. The Dark Storm.
The Dark
In a
Storm.
fortnight.
In Fortnite, we'll have
Wow.
the storm. Signing out.
All right.
SpongeBob.
Slanja.
Batman.
Yeah. You need to go somewhere?
No, I'm
recording.
I'm just moving. If I sit too long, I fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get that. Make sure you put that on the podcast.